Promise. What is a promise? Promise is basically an object which handle asynchronous task in JavaScript. As we all know, JavaScript is a synchronous language. What I mean by synchronous? Synchronous means whatever the line of code is written, it will go line by line. Now, what is asynchronous task? Asynchronous task can be many things. Like you make a HTTP request to your database and you want to do something after getting that data or that request fulfilled. You can do it. You can proceed only after completing that request. So for that we can use asynchronous task, and for that we can use promise. Now there are 4 states of promise. One is pending. When you declare a promise, it is in the pending state. Then you tell the promise to do something. Suppose you give some logic to it. Suppose, can you do this for me? And based on that logic, it can result in 2 states. Either it is able to fulfill the promise. Fulfill means it able to resolve the promise, telling yeah, I can do that, this can happen, and then send the data. Or it can reject, saying no, this can't be possible, it is giving some error, so it will reject the data. And once the promise is resolved or rejected, we will say the promise is in settled state. Now you cannot change the promise state once it is in a settled state. Okay, once it is settled, it is settled. You cannot again put it in a pending state or a fulfilled or a rejected state. How to create a promise, how to open a promise, and how to handle errors if the promise is not resolved. Let's create a promise called wake up, or new promise. Okay, it has a function to take 2 attribute, resolve and reject. Okay, suppose there is a constant called woke up. Let's put it true. Okay, if woke up, then resolve the promise. Resolve and say good morning. Else just reject it. Say ten more minutes. Okay, minutes. Now this is our promise, and now I want to open the promise. So what I'll do, I'll just say wake up dot then in a function called respond. Okay, I'll just log that response. Okay, and if the promise is not fulfilled, then I want to catch that error, that reject thing, and I'll just log the error. This is how we will write a promise. Now let's see, let's try to execute it. see where it is. Okay, control option I. See, good morning is there, right? Showing good morning. Okay, now if suppose your promise is failing, like it's rejecting, won't do. Let's check what it will do. 10 more minutes. So this is how you write a promise, open it, and you catch an error if it's there.